ENBLeague. Ice in the veins. Ice, 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 ice in the veins. ENBLeague. Ice in the veins. Ice in the veins. Ice, 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 ice in the veins. ENBLeague.
Hello, welcome to Flyers TV, powered by ATPI for more European North Basketball League action as the Bristol Flyers host Romanian side Dinamo Bucharest live from the SGS College Arena. Very warm welcome to you at home. My name's Joel Osborne. I'm very pleased to be joined courtside by former Bristol Flyers captain Gareth Till. And Gareth, it's a must-win game for both of these teams if they want to finish as high up Group B as they possibly can.
Yeah, it's looking a difficult task, isn't it? But obviously winning gives them that opportunity potentially to get through to the next round of this competition. But yeah, excited to be here, midweek hoops here in Bristol, and good competition in the house.
Yeah, nonetheless, an important game, especially for the Flyers. Of course, they have that SLB Trophy final coming up at the end of the month, and a chance to go up against a really talented side here from Romania.
Yeah, exactly. Just build on that momentum from the weekend, Joel, leading into that big final coming up in a couple of weeks' time, or in that next Sunday. So they'll be looking to build on that good performance against Newcastle in the SLB and good competition in the house. This team coming in, not doing so well domestically at the moment, and sitting sort of 8th in the ENBL competition, but still nonetheless a powerhouse of European basketball, decorated competition, and good to be here in a Wednesday night game.
Well, let's take a look at those Group B standings heading into tonight's game. There was one game that took place earlier tonight between Inter Bratislava and Kejla Kulbet. It was Inter Bratislava that came out on top, 96 points to 79 to keep their unbeaten record alive atop of the table. Of course, Flyers, they are currently 5th in the group, record of 2 wins, 4 losses. Dinamo Bucharest, they are 8th in the standings with a record of 1 and 4. And we're really starting to see which teams will be likely to qualify out of this group into the playoffs now.
Well, absolutely, Joel. And I think the top 4 teams there were the first kind of competition that the Flyers faced in this league. So really tough start, and recovered really well to find themselves in 5th. And just hoping that they can keep themselves in contention with getting a win here tonight.
Let's talk about the Flyers' European campaign so far this season. It was some early defeats to Bakken, to Legia Warsaw, Bamberg and Inter Bratislava. But their last 2 games in the ENBL, the first was a double overtime win in Czechia against Brno, and then a win out in Norway against Villingen. What have you made of the campaign? Because their defeats have been incredibly close defeats this season.
Yeah, it's been very tight considering the level of competition. And we mentioned in previous games, you know, the budgets that some of these teams are competing at are very different to where the Bristol Flyers are operating, and been incredibly competitive. And of course, we know about the injuries to the Bristol Flyers not help the campaign, but I think they can hold themselves back. I think they've probably learned a lot as well from this year's competition against those sort of former powerhouses of European basketball.
And looking at tonight's opponents, you see them there being introduced to the court. Dinamo Bucharest, they are the most successful team in Romanian top flight history. The majority of their success coming back in the 60s and the 70s, but this is a club with a lot of tradition of winning out there on the court.
Exactly, and I'm sure they won't be happy as an organisation. You know, Dinamo, it's a big, with many sort of sporting names attributed to that club, so they'll want to get back to winning ways, and they've recruited a coach, and they must have big ambitions to get themselves back up there competing at the top level. And yeah, not gone so well domestically for them this season and this competition, so I'm sure they'll be looking to get their campaign back on track.
Well, let's talk you through tonight's team news, starting with the Bristol Flyers. And Gareth, there's no changes to the starting 5 that were able to defeat the Newcastle Eagles in that great game on Saturday night. We've seen, of course, Owen McCormack be inserted into the starting 5, and that's a bit of a different look, a bit of a longer 5 for Coach Kapoulis.
Yeah, it gives Coach Kapoulis a bit of size in there as well. Of course, we know Owen McCormack can knock down those 3-pointers along with Robinson. It's a very versatile starting 5. They can interchange there, that 3, 4 and 5. You know, Robinson can step out and knock the 3 down. Lewis can knock down that shot as well. So it gives a lot of versatility, gets a lot of size rebounding, and that'll be important tonight against this Dinamo team.
And as we talk you through the bench tonight for Bristol Flyers, Raf Thomas Edwards, he remains out after it was announced that he suffered that ruptured MCL over the festive period. But good news for Flyers fans, we saw Alain Louis as a game time decision on Saturday night against Newcastle. He's suited up once again here today, and it looks like Gareth is going to play out there today.
Yeah, it'd be great to get Alain some minutes building up to this final. We keep talking about the final, John. I mean, it's such a big occasion for the club, but we kind of can't help but look towards that, and getting Alain some minutes on court here as well, just trying to build up that bit of game match day kind of experience, and getting back into that fitness of being on games going to be vitally important for Coach Kapoulas and his rotations, because obviously he's that pure point guard that they want.
One player that's been on fire for Bristol Flyers in particular has been this guy here, Keedy Johnson. We talk about him having that incredible game on Saturday. 30 points he finished with in the end, but not only getting it done on the offensive end, he also did it on the defensive end, finished with 4 steals and shot over 60% from the field as well. Yeah,
he really, the man on form right now for the Flyers. He said he got a couple of steals, set the tone early on defensively, but then offensively just coming alive. Just see the versatility. We've mentioned versatility, but you know, Keedy can get downhill, likes to attack the basket, knock down those shots, and just makes those big plays. Had a massive play at the end of the game against Newcastle to just put it out of reach of the Eagles.
He moved into that point guard position this season. We saw him play more of that combo position during his rookie season with the club. And that point guard position is a spot that he was very familiar with at college, and you're just sort of starting to see the best of him now moving into that one spot.
Yeah, it is. He likes to score, isn't he? He's sometimes like a point guard who's a pass-first point guard. But Keedy likes to attack the basket, likes to score, likes to lead his team. He's the sort of guy that wants the ball in his hand and make those big plays and take his teammates with him. And he's that leader, and he's been outstanding so far. And bear in mind, he's had 2 spells out with injury as well. And that's not affected his confidence, his form at all. He just wants to be out there. He wants to play. He wants to be a Bristol Flyer, and he's having a heck of a season.
Let's talk you through tonight's team news for Dinamo Bucharest, who are led by head coach and former EuroLeague champion Roger Grimau. Ones to watch for them include this guy here, number 6, American forward Dalan Ankrum. He is the leading scorer for Bucharest in the ENBL this season. 17 points, 5 rebounds a game. He also shoots over 40% from 3-point range in the Romanian top flight and the ENBL. Certainly not one to be left open tonight.
No, he's going to be one to watch there for the visitors, and I'd imagine that Jared Sherfield will have the responsibility of picking up early on defensively. But yeah, certainly scoring the ball really well, shooting 40% from behind the arc. Very versatile player as well, will attack the rim, so he'll be one priority on Coach Kapoulas' scouting report.
And another familiar face in this Bucharest squad, for Bristol Flyers fans in particular, will be number 23, Shaquille Keith. He only signed for Dinamo Bucharest at the weekend. He was, of course, part of that BC Cholet side that faced the Flyers in the ENBL playoffs last season. He had his debut in the Romanian top flight at the weekend, 18 points in his Bucharest debut. And, of course, Flyers fans will certainly be familiar with what he's capable of from the ENBL playoffs last season.
Yeah, exactly. Timing for them is good, Keith. We know what he did last season. He's going to be a handful inside. He said 28 points last time he came against the Flyers. So, yeah, I'm sure Coach Chris didn't want to see his name sort of pop up on the guys they've signed, because he gave some headaches to Bristol last time he visited. So he will certainly be another player that will need to be contained, and you'll see Damon Robinson match up against him early.
And talk about some of these key matchups you're looking at early on. We spoke about the Shaquille Keith matchup. What other matchups are you excited to see out there on the court tonight?
Yeah, exactly. We talked about Akram. I think Sherfield, that'll be a key matchup as well. I mean, I think Jared Sherfield, he kind of goes unnoticed sometimes, but he's had some great performances. A real stopper, but offensively can get hot, can make some big shots as well. So I think that'll be a good matchup. Watch those two go at it early, and that could have a big outcome in the game.
Well, this is game number 7 of 8 for the Flyers in their ENBL Group B campaign. They're coming in with a 2-4 record, but still yet to pick up that first home win of their European campaign. And Bucharest, on the other hand, they're yet to pick up a road win in their campaign. So something's got to give here tonight in this one.
Something's going to give, and I think Bristol Flyers are on a high after the weekend's game. It's a great atmosphere. It's building up really quite nicely. There's an excitement in the air for a midweek game. So fans are out in numbers, and we're looking forward to an exciting game in ENBL action.
Well, as both teams get set to take the court, let's remind you of tonight's starting fives. For the Flyers, there's no changes to that team that were able to defeat the Newcastle Eagles on Saturday night. Is Keely Johnson and Jared Sherfield in the backcourt. Owen McCormack, who had 15 points in the Flyers win over Fillingham Lions in the last ENBL outing, alongside Kendall Lewis and Demond Robinson playing inside. And looking at the five for Inter Bratislava, just one change to the five that started in their last league game. It's Jakov Mustapik at the point, Nandor Kuti, Dylan Ankrum, Shaquille Keith and Jimmy Taylor Jr. playing inside. And already, Gareth, you can see that the size of Taylor Jr. out there on the court compared to Robinson. That's going to be a very tasty match at that battle of the bigs.
Yeah, certainly Dinamo there with seems like a little bit extra height there, but yeah, there's a big guy there. It's about to jump off there, but he wins the tip, and away comes Shaquille Keith.
Here is Keith, top of the three-point line. Out, finds it to Mustapik. Here's Taylor, and back to Keith. Keith fires up for three, is short. Long rebound is almost secured by Taylor, and U14 for the visitors. Mustapik, screen comes from Taylor Jr. Mustapik fires up another three, this time is short, and the rebound ends up in the hands of the Flyers.
Field rebounds been really important tonight, Joel. Dynamo with an offensive rebound early on.
Demond Robinson with the mid-range two to get Bristol Flyers off the mark. And of course, Demond Robinson, 23.7 rebounds in that win over Newcastle on Saturday, just picking up where he left off at the weekend.
And John, he's been just so consistent over the course of the season so far. Nice pass inside.
Yeah, good finish in the end by the big fella, Jimmy Lee Taylor Jr. Here's Johnson. Top to Demond Robinson. McCormack calling for it inside. They're going to back down Keith. McCormack fakes it, takes it. Can't get it to go. Rebound from Mustapik. Ankrum brings it up over the timeline. Hands off with Keith.
Just noticed Keith getting straight into the action, Joel. Only just recently signed, but he wants the ball. He wants to be out of there directing traffic.
Oh, it's stolen away by Keely Johnson, and once again, with the active hands, Sherfield, the transition three is good for the Flyers, and they take an early 3-point lead, 5 points to 2.
Yeah, good for confidence as well. On that pull-up three, had numbers, opted for the three-pointer, knocks it down. Good start for the Bristol Flyers, leading this game 5-2 early on.
Keith, another three ball on the way, is long this time. A couple of misses so far for him. Johnson, ball inside to Robinson. Backing down Shaquille Keith. Robinson going to work inside. Another mid-range two is good. It was good defense by Keith, but just better offense.
Yeah, a couple of times. I was going to mention the last time, defensively, Keith did a really solid job, not backing down. Very big player, strong player, but Robinson equally good offensive shot. Nothing much Keith could have done really on that.
Well, Jared Sherfield's going to pick up a first personal foul. Just reaching in. Mustapik almost turned it over, but saves it from the over and back. Screen from Taylor Jr. Kuti on the wing. Drives inside. The fadeaway jumper is short, and another rebound into the hands of Robinson. Lewis. He puts it on the floor. Stomps on a dime. He pulls up for a mid-range two and gets the friendly roll. And Bristol Flyers off to the races early on.
Yeah, just picking up from where they played the Eagles on Saturday. He came out really hot, and they just look so in a rhythm. They look aggressive. They want to be out there and competing. Lots of energy.
Ankrum, great defense by Kendall Lewis as he blocks it.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a timeout soon, Joel, from Bucharest. 9-2 down. Flyers looking confident on offence.
Ball into Robinson, lays it up and in, and here's the timeout, Gareth, because Bristol Flyers an 11-2 lead in the first couple of minutes of this game, and they're in full control right now.
Yeah, they're playing really, really well, Joel. Just building on that game at the weekend, and they just look in complete control of dominance offensively, just slick, moving the ball around, making shots, making that extra pass. It's really good basketball to watch.
Well, it started off with these mid-range jumpers, and a bunch of their points have come from that sort of 10 to 15 foot range so far in this one. Jared Scherfer with that pull-up transition three, and then beautiful pick and roll basketball resulting in that Damon Robinson layup off the glass. And the Flyers with giving Bucharest something to talk about early on in this game.
Certainly, we talk about the offense, Joel. 11 points, but restricted Dinamo Bucharest just the 2 as well. So defensively, we've seen Keith trying to get in the action on his new team, taking a lot of the shots, and able to get them to go. And both ends of the floor, Bristol Flyers, it's off to a good start.
Well, head coach Roger Grimau, plenty to talk about early on. Of course, you mentioned the build-up. He is a former Spanish international. He actually won silver at the 2003 Eurobasket tournament with Spain. Great career as a player. He had 3 ACB titles, 3 Spanish Cups, 3 Spanish Super Cups to his name, and then, of course, was appointed the head coach of Dinamo Bucharest in November as he looks to improve on their domestic efforts and help steer the club through their first European campaign in the ENBL. Bit of full court pressure shown by the Flyers out of this timeout as Keith gets it at the top of the three-point line. Mustafic, ball comes off the foot of Shaquille Keith. It's going to be an offensive foul called against Dinamo Bucharest, and that'll be a frustrating one, especially coming out of that timeout.
Probably not the response coach wanted. I don't think he was sure about the call, wanted a bit of an explanation, but sometimes, Joel, you hear about coaches and players being locked in a game, and you just feel the Flyers are really in that state of mind right now. They just look so focused and really on it at the moment.
Robinson, another 15-footer on the way, this time off the back iron. Ankro fires up for 3. And again, Dinamo Bucharest can't get anything to go so far in this one. A trickle out of play for a Bristol Flyers ball. As Leslie Smith enters the game for the first time. Damon Robinson takes a seat. Also into the game for Dinamo Bucharest, number 15, Anthony Roberts, for the visitors. Sherfield, he turns the corner off the screen, back top to Johnson. The ball screen comes from Smith. Johnson glides his way to the basket, soft touch around the rim for 2.
Doesn't mean much invitation, Keedy Johnson. If he sees that lane open up like it did like that, he'll take that all day long. He can weave in and out of traffic, and he had all the space there just to make that layup.
Roberts pulls up for a mid-range 2. He overcooks that one. And again, the drought continues for Dinamo Bucharest to start this game. Leslie Smith, top to Johnson. Johnson on the wing, fires up for 3, and he strings it. Keedy Johnson, he enjoyed that one.
I think they're all enjoying that. The crowd are enjoying it as well. Just the tempo the Flyers are playing at right now. Dinamo Bucharest don't seem to be able to match it at the moment. The game just seems to be going too quick for them. Both ends of the floor. Very active, the Bristol Flyers.
Oh, it's blocked by Owen McCormack. And Keedy Johnson gets called for the travel. After secure, it's going to be a foul even, called on number 7. I beg your pardon. The foul was called on Yakov Mustafic, which will be his first personal foul of this game. Here's looking at block from Owen McCormack. Flies everywhere on the defensive end.
We talked about Owen entering the starting lineup, giving Bristol Flyers a bit of extra height.
Johnson has got a mismatch here with the big fella on him. He recognises the mismatch. Johnson going to work all the way to the bucket, able to draw the foul. And that's just such smart basketball IQ there, get the mismatch, put him on an island and then able to draw the contact.
Yeah, exactly. It's not nice as a big man being sort of squared up by a guard who's incredibly quick. But yeah, just sort of seeing as his moment and just a bit of contact there. Of course, Keely Johnson not afraid to attack the basket at all, and he'll go up against anyone. Go into the bucket. And he gets rewarded with a trip to the free throw line. And I'm not sure his stats, Joel, but you probably have him there. His free throw this season has been unbelievable. His free throw shooting must be in the high 80s.
It's the one stat, Gareth, I don't actually have on my notes here. so thanks for that. But Keely Johnson, he is averaging 14 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds and 6 assists for Bristol Flyers in the European North Basketball League this season.
76% free throw in this competition, but I'm thinking SLB,
he's way up there in Super League basketball. Coming off that incredible game against Newcastle, I think he only missed 1 free throw in that game on Saturday.
And it's not uncommon for him to get several games now. He's had sort of excess of 15, 16 trips to the free throw line, and he knocks them down as well. More importantly, he's making those shots. He's happy to get to the free throw line.
Here's Mustafic, guarded by Johnson. Screen comes from Majella. Mustafic. Shot clock down to 3. Have to go to work here. And the hook shot is no good. And once again, Bucharest unable to convert.
It was a well-worked offense. Got the right shot. Just unable to execute under the bucket. And Bucharest worries and woes continue. Just the 2 points in this quarter so far.
Johnson, deep 3 ball on the way. No good that time. Trickles out of bounds for Dinamo Bucharest ball. Under 3.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Roberts dials up from deep and he strings it. And just like that, the floodgates are open.
And that is a much welcome three-pointer for Dinamo Bucharest. That just brings a tally up to 5. Just over 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. And that might just settle the nerves down. And it looks like switching to a bit of a zone here by the looks of it. Looks like a 3-2 zone for the visitors.
Johnson attacks the zone on the baseline, now finds McCormack, top of the three-point line, pulls up for a mid-range 2. The shot clock expires. A rebound for Bucharest. Roberts. Here's Kuti to the basket. Oh, great defense once again by the Flyers, and gets back into the hands for a second chance opportunity. Bucharest can't convert. Flyers with numbers in transition. Sherfield for 3. Sherfield strings it from downtown. And Bristol Flyers 3 for 4 from 3 to start this game. There's wholesale changes for the Flyers. Evan Walsh comes in. Johnson takes a breather. Owen McCormack takes a seat. Kendall Lewis back in. And also Alain Louis getting his first taste of action on his return from injury. And that is surely a great sight to see for Bristol Flyers fans.
Yeah, the more minutes he can get, safe minutes without sort of putting too much sort of strain on his body, just ease him back in, and what a perfect time to do it. 21-5 up. You can kind of get a bit of time to get used to being back out on court. Just confidence as well after you come after an injury. It's just building up your confidence as well as just being physically okay.
Well, he played a couple of games after signing for the Flyers, then had that, it was an awful ankle sprain in the end. Now back on the court. Great hustle by Kendall Lewis. Players on the floor. Mustafic ends up on the floor, and Bucharest get it back. Roberts, guarded by Louis. Going to back him down inside. Fakes it, puts it up. Count it, and 1. And Roberts will go to the line for a 3-point play.
And he's had a big impact, hasn't he? Roberts coming off the bench, had that 3-pointer, and then showing his how capable he is inside, just backing down a lane, able to get where he wanted to go, and that is a strong finish with Robinson reaching over him as well. And that's another welcome couple of points for Dinamo Bucharest, and a chance to total it up to 8 if he makes this one, which he doesn't.
Well, they get the offensive rebound though. New 14 for Dinamo Bucharest. Roberts Skip pass, nice ball inside. Oh, it's blocked by Kendall Lewis. It's blocked by Robinson as well.
Bristol Flyers recovered well. Dinamo Bucharest seemed to ghost his way on the back door, but met at the rim.
Well, it's going to be a foul called as Robinson likes that matchup. Alain Louis was looking for an unsportsmanlike foul there. It was a hard foul, but I don't know if it's worthy of an unsportsmanlike foul.
No, it was a tough foul. And that's probably what the coach there, it was a big, you kind of feel this players come in a little bit just to try and...
Well, I think the officials might be talking over this one, actually. I think they're talking over whether to upgrade it to unsportsmanlike. It's just going to be a holding foul. 2 shots.
Okay, they're going to have a look at it, I think.
I think they might go review it here. They do have the ability to review it in the ENBL. Something different to the British Super League. So they're going to review this play for a possible unsportsmanlike foul. And it's hard to, I mean, you can see it on the replay a little bit. I mean, Robinson gets it inside. The arm comes over the shoulder and is almost holding down from number 11, Stefan Grasu. You can sort of, it's more the afters, really, that could have a case for it, but hard to really tell, potentially.
Yeah, it's just a sort of Joel, just looking at it and trying to make it. I think it's just a physical kind of play there. I don't think it was sort of in any way dangerous. Oh, they have called it.
Well, I think they're looking for a play on the ball there, and you sort of look back at that replay, and
it kind of felt it kind of felt premeditated what he was going to do. It didn't look like he was going to try and block him, did it? It was just a bit of a grab, and maybe coach has thrown him in there just to try and mix it up a little bit, put a bit of sort of physicality in the game. But the officials wanted to review it, and they've deemed it unsportsmanlike.
So it will be shots and possession here for the Bristol Flyers after that unsportsmanlike foul. And again, it's great to be able to go to the video review system and check something like that, just to make sure, ensure you get the correct call there. It
is, yeah. I suppose it's kind of, you just don't want it slowing down the game every kind of time, but they felt that there was a case there to be looked at, and obviously it worked in that instance. They called the unsportsmanlike foul, and it didn't cost. That's a great move by Alain Louis.
Beautiful layup by Alain Louis.
And he wasn't happy either. He wanted the foul.
And Bristol Flyers have been rampant in this first quarter, leading 24 points to 7 with just over a minute to go in the opening period.
That's a nice pass inside.
Yeah, beautiful finish in the end. And Mayella finishes.
Dinamo Bucharest back into the zone again, just trying to slow the Bristol Flyers down.
Evan Walsh cuts inside, finds Samuels, top of the three-point line. Coach Capulas applauding that shot there. He liked the look that Flyers ended up with on that possession. Yeah,
it was a good shot. Didn't go down, but that's the type of shot Coach was looking to get out of that offense. Exactly what they wanted to get. Just didn't able to get it to go.
Mustapic kicks it out. Mayella, his three is no good. Walsh saves it from going out of bounds. Shot clock is turned off here. And Kendall Lewis is going to go all the way to the basket. He can't finish. Going off offensive rebound. And it's last touch by the Flyers. So looking back, he maybe should have held that ball for the last possession there.
Yeah, it'd been nice to try and keep Bucharest below double digits in the first quarter. That really sends a message out. They're going to have an opportunity to get it to double digits in this last offense of the first quarter.
Mustapic, there's a foul by Samuels. Flyers with 2 fouls to give in that first period, so not a bad foul. Still got 1 to give here with 3.4 on the game clock.
Yeah, just kind of make it a little bit more difficult with an out-of-bounds situation for Dinamo Bucharest. 3 seconds left, and they might get a turnover here just in time.
Ball into Roberts. Roberts getting the work. The basket will not count. The officials have waved it off. I think the bench is going to ask to take a look at it, but the call on the floor is no basket. And at the end of the first period, it is going to be 24 points to 9 in favour of the Bristol Flyers.
Yeah, fantastic first quarter, keeping Bucharest just to 9 points in that first quarter and 24 points as well. Bucharest did manage to slow it down, just switching up to that zone, just taking the pace out of the game a little bit, getting Flyers to move the ball around, got some good shots. but Coach Abilis very happy with his team's work in this opening first quarter.
Now, Bristol Flyers off to the races early on in this one. I mean, Keely Johnson with 7 points, Jared Sherfield with 6, Damon Robinson also with 7. But you talk about the focus of this team right now. You can tell this is a team that is tuning up nicely for a big game on January 26th.
Yeah, you don't want to jinx it, but it does look like that, Joel. I mean, sort of again, just completely different looking team to the away game at Caledonia. Just the team just look completely different. They look confident, they look full of energy, they're sharing the ball really well. You mentioned the players that are contributing scoring wise. They can all score the ball, they're all wanting to share the ball. It just seems, they're really sort of gluing together at the right time, and it's looking like a good sort of path to the final if they can maintain this.
Of course, still plenty of time to go in this game for Dinamo Bucharest to mount a comeback. And the key for Bristol Flyers going into this, the rest of the game, will be not to get complacent here with this healthy lead. They'll want to keep pushing at this Dinamo Bucharest side.
Yeah, that's right, Joel. And with players coming in and out as well, they want to be part of it. They saw how well the starting five did. And players will come in and they want to replicate that. They want to be part of it. They want to get in on the action as well. So Elaine Louis come in and make a good, strong, tough move for him. So that's good to see. You want players in there to be part of the game, and when you're playing well, it just makes things so much easier when players are playing full of confidence.
Well, it's going to be Louis, Johnson, Walsh, Lewis and Robinson, the 5 to start the second period for the Flyers. Here's Louis. Robinson hands off to Johnson. Shot clock down to 10. Louis. Nice pass, finds Johnson. Johnson for 3, drains it. And Keely Johnson with the first field goal of this second period puts Flyers on top by 18 points. Roberts finds Ankra. Driving inside. Roberts thought about the 3, puts it on the floor, poked loose by Kendall Lewis. And that's going to be a hard foul there on Kendall Lewis. Going to be called against Nalin Ankrum.
And that's a big blocking foul there, as Lewis was off to the races.
It's one of those ones you've got to time that foul to perfection, because if you don't get that ball, especially with it being the last man back, that could have easily been unsportsmanlike that.
I'm not sure he had much of a choice there, did he? I think Lewis was just going straight at him. I don't think he could have got out of the way if he tried on that one. But we mentioned Akram in the pre-game build-up, and haven't seen much of him so far in this game.
Well, he is the team's leading scorer for Dinamo Bucharest, as Louis ends up turning it out of bounds. Roberts. Comes off to Patru. Now here's Ankrum. Mariella rolling to the basket, looking for it inside. Ends up with it. Nice pass. And beautiful finish around the basket.
Really smart pass that, Joel. Looked like he was going to kind of shoot it, did he? And then just pull back right at the last minute. He got his teammate right underneath the hoop for a simple put-in.
Well, it's going to be a holding foul against Roberts, as Elaine Louis beats him off the dribble. As Louis takes a seat, Landolfi and Sherfield into the game. And some good minutes there for Elaine Louis on his return from injury. I'm sure you'll see him coming in spurts throughout tonight's game.
Yeah, they'll manage his minutes for sure. Just build him up piece by piece. But he'll want to be out there. He looked good. He looked comfortable out there. So it'll just take him a little while to get his match game fitness back. And just do that bit by bit.
We've got one more game before that SLB Trophy final, which is against Caledonia Gladiators this Sunday. Yeah, the shot clock violation for the Flyers, so it will go back to Dinamo Bucharest.
Yeah, another smart play from Ankrum. Just throwing it off the feet of Robinson.
Ankrum, top to Patru. Finds Mayella inside. Here's the True. Screen comes once again by Mayella. It's a wide open 3 on the wing. And nothing but net for Dinamo Bucharest. And that was a well-worked offence.
Yeah, and the travelling fans enjoyed that one. That was, like I said, Joel, well-worked offence. Open 3 in the corner. Nothing but string on that one. And that brings the Bucharest total up to 14.
Kendall Lewis able to save it from a travelling violation. Sherfield's 3 is long. Pasquale Landolfi looking for the rebound and gets called for the over-the-back foul.
Just a little nudge in the back there from Pasquale. And that'll be Dinamo Bucharest ball, and McCormack and Leslie Smith check back into the game.
Here's Roberts. Mayella with the screen. Roberts with another 3 ball. It's going to be a foul on the jumper. We'll send Roberts to the line for 3 free throws. That's a frustrating one as a coach. I mean, you know, when coaching players and coaching kids, you always say, don't foul the 3-point jump shooter. And I mean, he's knocked down a big 3 already in this game and just playing a little bit too high up on that possession.
Yeah, Pasquale picks up 2 quick fouls, and it's probably just the worst case scenario. Just come off the bench waiting for your opportunity, and you get a little nudge in the back, which most of the time you can probably get away with, and got picked up on that one, and then that defensive foul as well.
Well, Anthony Roberts is at the line now, 3rd year as a pro. He actually graduated Stony Brook University in 2022. Played last season in the Hungarian top flight, averaged 14 points a game, 2nd place finish in the league. Also with pro spells in France and Portugal. Now finding himself in Romania with Dinamo Bucharest.
And they put a good spell together in the 2nd quarter. 10 points now, the lead for the Bristol Flyers.
Here's Landolfi with a step back 3. Overcooks the triple. And the rebound falls to Bucharest once again. Ankrum looking to push. Ends up turning it over out of bounds. And the fans on the baseline got a little bit more than they paid for on that possession.
Yeah, Coach Kapoulis just wants to see a little bit more composure from his Flyers. Just Dinamo Bucharest is kind of mixing up the defences. Just causing Bristol Flyers a few problems.
Johnson, skip pass out to Landolfi. He fires up for 3. He knocks down the 3. And Pasquale Landolfi is a player who, if you leave him open, he will drain that 3 on a consistent basis.
Good for Pasquale as well. It's been a difficult few minutes for him with a couple of fouls and the shot but full of confidence himself. I don't even know that's his shot. That's what he's out there to do. Knock down that 3. Full of confidence.
I just saw Flyers captain Ralph Thomas Edwards on the sideline. Of course, with that knee injury, out for the foreseeable future. McCormack. Oh, looking for Smith on the back door is a nice idea. Just poor execution in the end. He ends up throwing it out of play. Roberts, screen from Mayella. 3 ball, oh, great fake. Finds Roberts on the wing, kicks it out to Ankrum. It's a fadeaway jumper, he's short. Rebound McCormack.
And that'd have been an unbelievable shot if that had gone in for Ankrum. Well off balance on 1 foot.
Leslie Smith thought about the 3, puts it on the floor. It's going to be a foul called against Mayella. And that will send Leslie Smith to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, nothing there. The help side defender just sort of backed away as Leslie Smith got his defender up in the air. Lane just opened up. Strong move from Leslie.
Well, Leslie Smith, of course, now his 5th season with the Bristol Flyers. First joined the club in 2016. He had a 2-year spell with the club between 16 and 18, averaged 11 points and 7 rebounds, and then, of course, came back to the club very recently and now really fitting into that veterans role, that leadership role. with the team.
Co-captain as well, is
Yep.
that right, with Rath? And of course, Rath being out, that leadership is even more important.
Oh, it's a nice pass in the end. Leslie Smith commits the foul, and Ankrum was going to throw one down there.
That's a couple of times they sort of used that sort of backdoor cut there. Ankrum going up high. Leslie Smith, not a bad foul, I would say. They contain Ankrum pretty well. So you don't want him to be on a high, getting that throw down. In fact, I think on the stats, Ankrum yet to score in this game. Only 8 minutes, 52 seconds.
As we said in the build-up, I mean, he is their leading scorer in Europe this season. He averages 17 points and 5 rebounds a game in the European North Basketball League. He is also a 94% free throw shooter on the season, so he is not the guy that any team wants to really be sending to the charity stripe.
No, that's right, but I'd still say a good foul from Leslie. You know, I'd take him, put him on the free throw line rather than giving a highlight play. Getting his teammates going with that dunk, so I think smart play from Leslie Smith. Make him earn it from the stripe.
Oh, what a block! Mayella says no, and Bucharest off to the races. Ankrum, 3-ball on the way. No good to finish the possession. Petey Johnson chasing back the other way. Kicks it out. Landolfi, he fires up a 3. Can't get it to go this time. And all of a sudden you feel the pace has just picked up on these last couple of possessions. Almost stolen by Landolfi, but back into the hands of Mayella. And Coach Kapoulas calls a timeout, because you feel Dinamo Bucharest are slowly chipping away at this lead, because what was once an 18-point lead for the Bristol Flyers is now down to 11.
Yeah, from what was a dominant first quarter, certainly more balance now with Bucharest coming back into the game with some good plays of their own. That sort of intensity just seems to have dropped off a little bit on both ends of the floor from the Bristol Flyers, and Bucharest finding their range now, moving the ball really well, knocking down shots, playing some good team basketball.
And Dinamo Bucharest, of course, they only scored 9 points in the first quarter. That last basket was their 10th point of the quarter, still with just under 5 minutes to go. So certainly a better return on the offensive end so far in this second period, and that'll be pleasing for their head coach.
Yeah, exactly. They've kind of weathered that storm and put a run together themselves. And Coach Kapoulas now wanting to talk things through and just trying to get the guys back into that same mentality they had in that first quarter. It was sort of very aggressive, dominant, full of confidence, moving the ball quickly. It just seems to have dropped off a little bit. So
Well,
I want to weather that storm. Sorry, Joel.
Well, Petey Johnson is now up to 10 points to lead the way for Bristol Flyers. He's also got 3 assists to his name as well. Meanwhile, Bucharest are led by Anthony Roberts, who has 8 points, and Mayella not far behind on 6.
And we see Joel, Coach Kapoulas gone back to his starting 5 lineup. Feels that time to make a bit of a change, try and get that 5 back together again, just to give themselves a bit more of a gap against this resurgent Dinamo Bucharest team.
Johnson's mid-range 2 no good. Robinson able to recycle the play, and Kendall Lewis floats it up and in for 2.
Love the shot fake, Joel. Really composed, couple of shot fakes, and then able to put it away.
Almost stolen away by Kendall Lewis. Ankrum, he drives inside, up against Robinson. It's going to be a foul called on Demon Robinson, and that will send Ankrum back to the line to shoot 2.
Definitely felt there was a body there, and that's the call. Ankrum slowly getting his way back into the game. Robinson met him at the spot, but it was that sort of reverse move there with the body.
Well, Ankrum able to earn himself a trip to the line. Coming in off a 10-point game in their last ENBL game against Basket Brno. As you said in the build-up, he's shooting over 40% from 3 in both the Romanian top flight and the ENBL this season. Flyers leading by 11, 34 points to 23. So just over 4 minutes to go in this first half. Johnson skip past to Sherfield. He pulls it back out. Guarded closely by Ankrum. Here comes the ball screen from Robinson. Open three for Sherfield. Can't get it to drop. Roberts with the rebound. Ankrum got a mismatch with Robinson on him. He gets it back. Fires up for three. He's short. Long rebound falls to Dinamo Bucharest. Second chance opportunity. Ankrum once again going to work, and it's poked loose by Sherfield. Back into the hands of Ankrum. Great defense by the Flyers, and Ankrum, third chance opportunity. It's no easy looks for Dinamo Bucharest there.
Disappointing Flyers, those offensive rebounds though. Jolgin Ankrum, 2 or 3 goes at the basket, and a player of his calibre, he doesn't need any more than that to get one to go down.
Patru for three is long. Long rebound falls back out to Ankrum. And just like that, they've cut it down to a single-digit game. Screen comes from Lazar. Nice pass. The two-man game is strong, and it's going to be an offensive foul called against Dinamo Bucharest.
Yeah, way to take one there for the team. Lewis kind of read that one quite a way away. Just saw once he was off running, he got a big body like that. Very hard to stop. And Lewis taking that charge. Sherfield coming out, and Corey Samuels coming back into the game. Shaquille Keith coming in for Dinamo Bucharest. Haven't seen much. He took a bit of a spell, started the game, and just coming in under 3 minutes to go in this first half.
He only signed for the club at the weekend, had his debut, scored 18 points in the Romanian league, started this one, and then haven't seen him since. There's going to be a foul called away from the ball on Shaquille Keith. His first taste of action back onto the court is another personal foul.
Yeah, not much argument from him either, was it? I think he's got a smile on his face now. I think he knew that was a foul. And McCormack is going to dust himself down now, compose himself.
Well, the Flyers are in the bonus here, so we'll send Owen McCormack to the line.
Yeah, both teams in the penalty. So McCormack still just trying to shake himself off for a big collision with Keith. He's a big lad.
And there are some big bodies out there in this one. So McCormack coming in off that 15-point performance in their last ENBL game out in Norway. Goes 1 for 2 from the line. Makes it a 10-point game. Roberts all the way to the basket, throws it down with a one-handed flush.
Now, I've been really impressed from Roberts coming off the bench in this game. And that just opened up lovely for him there, and with the throwdown, plenty of time to build that momentum for that dunk.
Skip pass out to Robinson, his last touch by Keith. And Flyers will inbound the ball with 8 seconds on the shot clock. McCormack hands off with Samuels. Here's Johnson, has to shoot here. Kendall Lewis ends up with it, and it's no good on the triple, and it falls to Dinamo Bucharest. Roberts, beautiful move, kicks it out to Ankrum, back to Roberts. He's wide open for three, dials in from deep, can't get it to go.
Nice two-man game there from Bucharest. Didn't get it to go.
McCormack's three is no good. Lewis will try a three this time. Ball rolls around the rim and back out. Ball into Kendall Lewis, who can't get the and one to go, but will get a pair of free throws at the foul line.
And that was another hard foul from number 37, Lazar, making sure Lewis wasn't able to get that one down.
Well, he's one of those players, isn't he, Kendall Lewis? I mean, you sort of felt the lane had opened up a little bit for him, and Lazar just steps into it, commits a strong foul. It was a good foul in the end as he missed the field goal attempt, but now with a pair of free throws coming up for him. And Kendall Lewis, of course, had that team high 19 points in that win out in Norway. He's averaging 13.7 points per game in Europe this season. some of his best performances we've seen from him in a Bristol Flyers uniform have been some of the games we've seen him in the ENBL. 1.5 minutes to go in the first half. Roberts. Kuti back to Roberts. Screen from Lazar. Shot clock at 5. Roberts kicks it out. Shaq Keith for 3. Is short. Chased down by Kendall Lewis. Kendall Lewis almost loses control of it. Back into the hands of McCormack. All up top to Samuels. He turns the corner. Corey Samuels looking to go downhill. Finds Lewis in the end. Lewis drives inside. A little bit out of control. Louis now with the ball. Shot clock at 3. Lewis has to shoot. He's short. And the rebound gathered in by Shaquille Keith. There's another 3-ball on the way for Dinamo Bucharest. And it's way off the mark. And Coach Grimau not happy with his team's offense.
There was a big puff of his cheeks there. I was to say, what? Just trying to get a better shot than that. He was way downtown. Really rushed offense.
Here's Louis. Kicks out to Sherfield. Sherfield drives inside. Looking for an extra pass to Kendall Lewis, and it's turned over. Bucharest have numbers. Roberts to the basket. And Coach Grimau waves off the timeout. There's 3 seconds to go in the first half, and Elaine Louis is fouled.
And that'll be chipped to the free throw line. And Keith getting some instructions from the coach. Not sure he was happy with the foul there. Maybe thinking you could have just let him go, maybe, rather than give away.
I'm not sure Shaquille Keith realised how many team fouls his side were in, because I think he might have felt that they had a foul to give, and it's not a bad foul at the end of the half to give. I mean, it's 3 seconds to go and you're back in your own half court, but
yeah, we'll find out if it was a good foul, if Louis can make his free throw. If not, he'll give himself enough time to get a reasonable shot off. He's missed both free throws, so maybe it wasn't a bad foul.
2 seconds to go here. Kuti, it's waved off. It will not count. And that will do it for the end of the first half. Bristol Flyers, they've raced out of the blocks to lead 24-9 after the first quarter. But at the half, it is Bristol Flyers 36, Dinamo Bucharest 29. Gareth and I will be back right after the break to break down all the action from the first half.
Today, we celebrate a milestone moment for Bristol Flyers. As we all look back on an incredible 20 seasons, we are thrilled to announce a new chapter in the journey, both for the Flyers and for us at WOB competitions.
From the very beginning, I had the privilege of guiding the team through every division, the top flight, and now European competition. We faced challenges, celebrated victories, and built a legacy that we're incredibly proud of. As we step into the new era of Super League basketball, we're very excited for the future. The next 20 years promise even greater moments, and we're ready for the challenge.
I'm delighted to announce WOB Competitions as the new principal partner to the Bristol Flyers. This partnership aligns with our commitment to celebrate both excellence and ambition. Our competitions give you the chance to win exclusive experiences at some of the UK's most iconic venues.
We're proud to share our ambitions with a company that mirrors our growth and aspirations.
Together, with Bristol Flyers, we look forward to an exciting future, filled with unforgettable moments and continued success.
No one goes further than ATPI to get our customers and understand what you need. We know that different people, in different roles, in different industries, need different things. And you want a specialist to deliver what really matters. We know the way your business works and what you need to get the job done. We're on call at any time, getting your teams almost anywhere. When the trip goes from A to B to Z, we make it hassle-free. At ATPI, our purpose is clear. Through our group of specialist businesses, ATPI Corporate Travel, Marine Travel and Energy Travel, Mining Travel, Events, Sports Travel and Direct ATPI, we will deliver what really matters to you and your organisation. ATPI, delivering what really matters.
A new dawn rises, where champions emerge and redefine the game, where limits are tested and greatness is unleashed. This is when legends are born. Super League Basketball. A new dawn is here.
Back to ENBL Hoops here on Flyers TV, powered by ATPI. We're at the half. Bristol Flyers lead Dinamo Bucharest 36 points to 29. And Gareth, this was a sort of half of two halves, really. I mean, Bristol Flyers, they raced out to the blocks early on. They built that huge 18-point lead. It looked like they were cruising, and then all of a sudden the offense dried up, and Dinamo Bucharest really started chipping away at that Bristol lead. Yeah,
they certainly found their feet in that second quarter, Joel, outscoring the Bristol Flyers 20-12. And just scoring 9 against 24 in that first quarter. So you just feel it's taken Dinamo Bucharest the quarter to really get going, but they're showing us what they're made of. And I still think there's plenty to come as well. Their leading scorer really struggling tonight offensively, and they're still managing to put up a really good performance in that second quarter. So this game still in the balance.
Here's a look at some of those key plays from the first half, and everything was dropping for Bristol Flyers early on. I mean, they were knocking down mid-range twos, they were getting layups at the hoop, knocking down threes, and they were looking really comfortable. And then all of a sudden, I mean, we've seen a number of different defenses being shown at the Bristol Flyers. I mean, Bucharest have gone to a 3-2 zone, they've gone to man-to-man, a bit of full-court pressure. They're throwing everything at them on the defensive end.
Well, that's right, Joel. When Flyers were coming out, they're sort of rampant in that first quarter, and coach of Dinamo Bucharest wasn't sure what to do, so he started using his experience, mix up the defense, try and slow the Bristol Flyers down. I just don't think they were just getting out-competed in that first quarter. Slow the Bristol Flyers down, then run their sets and begin to get back themselves in the game. And on this 3-2 zone, just managing to slow the speed and quickness of the Bristol Flyers worked really well in their favour.
Keely Johnson leads the way for Bristol Flyers with 10 first half points, and it's Roberts that leads the way for Bucharest with 12. Let's look at your stats at the half of this game, and when you look down at those team numbers, Gareth, there's not too much separating the teams.
No, it's certainly fairly even, and of course, looking at 15% for them, for 2 for 13, you just feel that's going to improve as the game goes on as well. They're a much better shooting team than 15%. Akram shooting 40% himself. He hasn't really got going from behind the line, so potentially that's going to come in this second quarter. So that'll be something that Coach Kapoulis will be aware of. But apart from that, fairly even Stevens.
What kind of adjustments are you expecting Dinamo Bucharest to come out with, maybe to start this third quarter, maybe throw something different at Bristol Flyers to work their way back into this one?
Well, I think they've made those adjustments already in that first and second quarter, Joel, so they'll just be doing the same, sort of mix it up, try and slow the Bristol Flyers down. They've got themselves back in, and so they were sort of way behind. I don't know what the highest margin of the lead was, but around sort of 14, 15 points, something like that. And they were able to make those adjustments and get back into the game. So they'll just continue to that and put Bristol Flyers under a bit more pressure.
Well, it is a big game here tonight at the SGS College Arena, at the halfway point of this ENBL matchup, Group B matchup. The Flyers are leading Dinamo Bucharest 36 points to 29. Of course, tonight's game is sold out. The next Flyers game you can see is against Caledonia Gladiators this Sunday. It is the SLB Cup quarter-final. The game you can watch. The game is sold out. You can watch it live and for free on DAZN. And then, of course, the big one is coming up for Flyers. The game after that, 26th of January, as Bristol Flyers taste the SLB Trophy Final. And you can get your tickets for that game right now over at superleaguebasketballm.co.uk. Well, both teams are back out there on the court. We're getting set for third quarter action between Bristol Flyers and Dinamo Bucharest. And it's coming up after the break.
Today, we celebrate a milestone moment for Bristol Flyers. As we all look back on an incredible 20 seasons, we are thrilled to announce a new chapter in the journey, both for the Flyers and for us at WOB competitions.
From the very beginning, I had the privilege of guiding the team through every division, the top flight, and now European competition. We faced challenges, celebrated victories, and built a legacy that we're incredibly proud of. As we step into the new era of Super League basketball, we're very excited for the future. The next 20 years promise even greater moments, and we're ready for the challenge.
I'm delighted to announce WOB Competitions as the new principal partner to the Bristol Flyers. This partnership aligns with our commitment to celebrate both excellence and ambition. Our competitions give you the chance to win exclusive experiences at some of the UK's most iconic venues.
We're proud to share our ambitions with a company that mirrors our growth and aspirations.
Together, with Bristol Flyers, we look forward to an exciting future, filled with unforgettable moments and continued success.
No one goes further than ATPI to get our customers and understand what you need. We know that different people, in different roles, in different industries, need different things. And you want a specialist to deliver what really matters. We know the way your business works and what you need to get the job done. We're on call at any time, getting your teams almost anywhere. When the trip goes from A to B to Z, we make it hassle-free. At ATPI, our purpose is clear. Through our group of specialist businesses, ATPI Corporate Travel, Marine Travel and Energy Travel, Mining Travel, Events, Sports Travel, and Direct ATPI. We will deliver what really matters to you and your organisation. ATPI, delivering what really matters.
A new dawn rises, where champions emerge and redefine the game, where limits are tested and greatness is unleashed. This is when legends are born. Super League Basketball. A new dawn is here.
ENBLeague, ice in the veins, ice, 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 ice in the veins. ENBLeague, ice in the veins, ice in the veins, ice, 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 ice in the veins. ENBLeague.
Welcome back to Flyers TV, powered by ATPI. We're getting set for third quarter ENBL action between Bristol Flyers and Romanian side Dinamo Bucharest. And Gareth, one player from that first half that you've been really impressed with has been Keedy Johnson. He's put up some big numbers, 10 first half points for him, also 3 assists, getting his teammates involved as well out there.
Well, he's just continuing on form that he's done all season in both domestic and ENBL competition. But yeah, he's certainly the leader of this Bristol Flyers team, back for the second year. We've seen that over the season, haven't we? Players come back, and almost a slightly Tevin Ollison as well when he came back for his second season, just taking that leadership, knows the club, knows the coach, and really taking that game to that next level.
It's one of those ones as well. I mean, when Keedy Johnson re-signed with the club, he was talking about his reasonings for re-signing with the club, and Coach Kapula said, look, I want this to be your team. You are going to be the starting point guard for this team, and he's taken that opportunity with both hands, and essentially this team has been built around Keedy Johnson, whether he plays at that all-out point guard position. Sometimes you see him playing that combo when they put a point guard like Alain Louis or Corey Samuels in, and it's really seeming to work, especially when, you know, it's very dependent on him being at that full health, but it really is working for Bristol Flyers this season.
And they're such a better team with him, obviously, in the squad, but just defensively as well, just sets that tone, just so active, so aggressive, and really goes after the ball. He likes to play a high tempo, and I think he drags his teammates along with him, and it's fun to watch for the crowd as well when they're at sort of full steam, the Bristol Flyers, and he's a big part of that, instigating that sort of mentality and really getting in the face of his opponents defensively and offensively, just getting it done all ways. Keedy Johnson really looks to be aggressive, takes it to the opposition.
Well, third quarter is underway, and it's a chance for Bucharest to make it a 5-point game, and they do so off the pick and roll. And right at the other end, Kendall Lewis with the flush, and Dinamo Bucharest caught napping on defense.
Yeah, both team coaches there couldn't believe the defense that was being offered up. But just match evens itself out. Good start for Bucharest, and then Flyers with a fast break.
Roberts deep three on the way, nothing but net on that one, and he's chipping it away. It's now down to 4.
Yeah, it's been a great rallying comeback, and Bucharest back into this 3-2 zone.
Johnson, skip pass out to Sherfield. Ball into Damon Robinson, looking to back down Grasu. Nice move. Damon Robinson finishes.
And that's a smart play, just getting down low. You can still post up that zone against the back two, but it's kind of in the corners there. You want to try and overload that 3-2 zone.
Here's Mustafi, now finds Roberts. Screen from Mayela. Roberts puts it on the floor. It's going to be a blocking foul called against Kendall Lewis, and count it. And Roberts will get the line for a bonus.
And Roberts had a massive impact in this comeback here. Been really impressed with him. Yeah. Lewis did seem established, but see with the Euro step, Roberts is sort of going away from the defender, and unless it's sort of full on in the chest, it's sometimes hard to get those offensive calls.
Well, Roberts now gets his tally. 17 points to the game's leading scorer. And once again, Bucharest are back in this high zone here. Johnson, screen comes from Robinson. Keely Johnson floats it up. Keely Johnson floats it in. And Bristol Flyers come up with a response at the other end. Roberts, another screen comes. Another 3-ball on the way. Another 3-ball drops. Back-to-back threes for Roberts. And he's got ice in his veins.
Yeah, Roberts. You talk about it, offense after offense now. Coming off the bench for this Bucharest team. And he's been...
Keely Johnson's three at the other end bobbles in and out. Oh, it's poked loose by Sherfield. Great hands. And Flyers with a new possession here. Robinson open for three. He can't get it to go. And Bucharest got away with one there. 2-point game. Roberts, heat check. And ball bobbles in and out.
It's close. And that would have taken the lead for Bucharest. Unbelievably, the Flyers lead they had in the first quarter. And it would have been fitting if Roberts did make that to take the lead. Playing unbelievably well.
What a third quarter performance Roberts has had for Bristol, for Dinamo Bucharest. Knocking down threes, pair of back-to-back triples. Chip away at this lead. And now it's down to two. Here's Sherfield coming off the screen. His three is no good. Kuti. Guarded by Lewis. Now finds Roberts. All inside, great, strong move. Oh, it's jammed in by Margella. And the comeback is complete for Dinamo Bucharest. They trail by as many as 18 points. But now with just over 7 minutes to play in the third, it is tied at 42 points apiece.
Yeah, Anthua Joshua Roberts, 21 points. Having himself a game, and his teammates on the back of his performance doing what they need to do, getting that offensive board with that dunk. Bucharest tying things up here early in this third quarter.
You see Roberts just taking over in that third period. A strong move, and then Mayella with the put-back jam. And what was once an 18-point lead for Bristol has completely evaporated. And now it's Coach Kapoulas looking to make some adjustments in this third period. And what is it you'd be saying to the team right now after giving away that 18-point lead and now being all tied up?
I think you just try and keep as composed as you can. You know, they know they can get at this team early in the first quarter. Their confidence has gone a little bit, so you don't want to be too negative. Just try and build the guys back up again. Talk about the runs of Bucharest, and they just need to get back to that kind of mentality they had in that first quarter. It was, the defense was high octane, it was intense, and that's just sort of drifted away as Bucharest have come back into this game. Now they're going to have to pick themselves up and try and bring those energy levels, because when it was quick paced, I felt Bucharest had a real problem with that. They've sat back in this 3-2 zone, and a 3-2 zone, you don't come across it all that often. Normally it's a 2-3, so it's probably something that they've not practiced an awful lot against, the 3-2 zone. So they have to figure out a way to break it down and get some looks.
It's one of those ones, isn't it? When you play a 3-2 zone, it's designed to really close out some of the perimeter threats and force the Flyers to put the ball inside. You see how high they're playing here in this zone. As Lewis finds Johnson top of the three-point line. Screen comes from Robinson. Johnson thought about the three. Robinson rolling to the basket. Shot clock at 6. Johnson puts it on the floor. What a tough move by Keely Johnson. And Bristol Flyers retake the lead.
But Bucharest is a big shot from Keely, but Bucharest really making Flyers work hard for that one. And it wasn't an easy shot. It wasn't a high percentage. It was a difficult shot for Keely. Got it to go.
Mustapik for 3, splashes it. And Bucharest with their first lead of the game with 6 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the third. Johnson, bounce pass, finds Sherfield, back top to Johnson, swings to Evan Walsh. Now Johnson, he's open for 3, and Keely Johnson, his triple bobbles in and out. New 14 for the Flyers as Robinson gets it to go on the second chance opportunity. Roberts. Mayella rolling to the basket. Mustapik for 3. Can't get it to go this time. Long rebound falls to Walsh finds Kendall Lewis. Great pass back to Evan Walsh, and it's going to be a goaltend as the ball came off the backboard first before the defender blocked it, and the basket will count for Bristol Flyers.
Evan Walsh bringing the energy. Sort of seems like he's had more restricted minutes. He just came back from that decision at the weekend where he was recovering himself for an ankle injury. Played some good minutes in that game, but perhaps Coach Capulas just taking this opportunity maybe just to manage his time a little bit on tonight's game.
Well, he is back out there on the court. He did pick up a slight ankle injury in practice the other week. Getting some minutes to run it out there. Here's Roberts, splits the defense. Roberts to the basket, is blocked by Leslie Smith. Leslie Smith is a player who's come up with timely blocks throughout the years for Bristol Flyers, and
he just swings that right arm across, and he anticipating where the shot was going to go. Got the contact.
Yella for three, he can't get it to go. Rebound falls to Walsh. Walsh going downhill, finds Johnson, thought about the three, puts it inside. Walsh at the short corner, pulls it back out, almost loses control of it. Smith at the elbow, driving inside, off the glass, no good. It's going to be a foul called on Johnson.
And this 3-2 zone offense still causing the Bristol. Don't look particularly comfortable out there, moving the ball around, not being able to find those gaps, those opportunities. It's really worked for Dinamo Bucharest.
There's opportunities like this as well. I mean, you test this Bristol Flyers team. They haven't really come up against the 3-2 zone like this all season. Chance for them to talk things through, work their way out of it in this game. Oh, nice pass! And it's flushed home. And Bucharest trailing by one.
And offensively for Bucharest, well run, executed offense. Finding baskets a little bit more easier to come by than the Bristol Flyers are at the moment.
Sherfield open for three. His triple is off. They're getting open looks, the Flyers, and it's almost like Bucharest attempting them into shooting those threes. And Flyers just can't find any rhythm from deep.
Of course, the threes are at the top as well, which is where the 3-2 are. It's probably in the corners they're going to find those more open opportunities.
Ankrum going downhill. It's poked loose by Sherfield. Flyers can push. Foul called on Roberts. And the one transition opportunity they do get, Gareth, to work their way out of that 3-2 zone. It's a very smart foul by Roberts in transition.
Yeah, smart foul and a hard foul as well. Sort of laying down a bit of a message there that, you know, you might have had your way in the first quarter, but they've seemed to really become a lot more physical in this game as it's gone on.
Leslie Smith from the elbow is short, no good that time. Rebound secured by Mustafic.
And that is the sort of shot that they're looking to get the Bristol Flyers to take. Here goes Sherfield.
Showtime in transition for Jared Sherfield, who, hey, 2 points is 2 points, and Jared Sherfield lays it up and in.
Just lost his legs there, didn't he, when he was going to throw it.
3-pointer on the way at the other end by Roberts, can't get it to go. Sherfield coming down the floor once again. There's another foul. Well, they were looking for a foul, Dinamo Bucharest, but it results in a Leslie Smith three. And just like that, it is a quick 5-0 Flyers run. Timeout for the visitors.
Yeah, just in the last couple of offenses, Joel, Flyers have got the stop and able to push the pace. Dinamo unable to set up in that 3-2 zone. They got much better looks and able to get scores.
And you see, that's how they beat the zone defense, by getting out there and running, and that's what was so successful for Flyers in the first quarter. If you just joined us, they raced out to 24-9 lead after the first period, after essentially running them out of the building in that first quarter. They were able to get stops, turn it into transition baskets, and we're just seeing a glimpse of what that first quarter performance was like in these last couple of possessions or so before the timeout.
Yeah, this all comes from that defensive effort as well. The defense intensity was there in the first quarter, sort of unsettling Dinamo Bucharest. When they're able to set up in that zone, it's very difficult. Bristol Flyers are finding it very difficult to work the ball to get those open looks. So defensively, need to get stops and then try and push the ball in transition, get Dinamo Bucharest chasing back, and opportunities and better scoring chances will be there.
Well, timeout's been called on the floor. Bristol Flyers leading this one 53 points to 47. Group B ENBL action. If you're not too familiar with the format of the competition, it's 18 teams, 2 9-team groups. Each team plays each other once throughout the regular season. Top 4 from each group will advance to the ENBL playoffs. Each round of the playoffs we played over 2 legs, aggregate score. And the ENBL Final 4 will take place in a couple of months' time. Here is Shaquille Keith back into the game. Top to Mustafic, guarded by Walsh. Mustafic going up against Leslie Smith. Mariella with the offensive rebound. And the shot clock expires, but I think it's going to be a foul called on the floor. There is going to be a foul called against Evan Walsh, so they will inbound. Dinamo Bucharest will inbound from the baseline, and the shot clock will be reset to 14 seconds.
Yeah, impressed with Morella as well in this second quarter, getting himself in some really good possessions, getting those second chance opportunities right on cue.
Third chance opportunity for Bucharest, and again they can't convert from deep. Here's Keely Johnson. Walsh. Back to Johnson. Johnson drives middle. Walsh looking to go back door, and it's stolen away as Mustafic comes away with the ball. Nice pass into Roberts. Beautiful reverse layup off the glass and in.
Lovely fast break basketball from the visitors. Securing the board. And still going for this 3-2 zone. Well, why change it? It's working so well. They've got it set up now, and Bristol Flyers going to have to work it around. Try and find those gaps.
Johnson going off the screen, finds Walsh, top of the three-point line. He strings the three. And that's one way to force the team to switch up their defense.
Well, it's worked really well to get them back again. I don't see them switching up anytime soon.
Here's Ankrum. Pulls up from the elbow. It's going to be a foul called on the floor on number 77, Evan Walsh. And it will be Dinamo Bucharest to inbound the ball from the sideline. Owen McCormack and Elaine Louis both checking into the game. Leslie Smith takes a breather for the Flyers, as does Keely Johnson. Roberts, guarded by Louis. It's going to be a moving screen against the big fella, as Alain Louis was trying to fight his way through.
And just give a little demonstration of why it was a foul as well, which was really nice of him just to explain what the foul was called for. I'm not sure it was appreciated, the whole thing.
Here's Walsh. Ball into Smith, and it's poked away by Shaq Keith. 2-on-1 opportunity. Shaquille Keith going downhill. It's going to be another offensive foul against Dinamo Bucharest.
Another offensive foul. Keith getting another big body to slow down. I think it's a fair call. Something that Evan Walsh, I do see that. He seems to pick up one of those every game.
Now Roberts now up to 23 points to go along with his 5 rebounds, and he really has come alive in this third quarter. It was a huge spark plug in helping Dinamo Bucharest work their way back into this game. You feel Bristol Flyers have slowly started to create separation in these last couple of possessions. Kendall Lewis from the short corner knocks it down, and the lead is out to 9.
That's a really well-worked offense. That's exactly where you want to get the ball in that 3-2. Those corners, try and drag the zone down a little bit. You've got 2 guys covering, good bit of area, try and get it in there. And I think Louis, just his point guard skills, able to set that play up, a bit more control of where he wants the ball to get. He's more of a pass-first point guard, set a team up, try and look for how to get his team going.
Here's Walsh coming off the screen. Walsh going downhill. Walsh to the basket. Can't get the finger roll to go. Shaq Keith in transition. Puts it up. No good. Offensive rebound by Roberts. Roberts now deep 2 on the way. He can't get it to go. And with Around about 2 seconds, 1 second or so between the shot clock and game clock. They're almost identical here. And Coach K just telling his team to slow things down for this final possession. Louis going inside, kicks it out to Walsh, fakes the three, drives inside, takes the contact, can't get it to go, but he will earn himself a trip to the charity stripe for two.
Yeah, again, just a more better, well-worked offense. Just seem a little bit more composed now with Louis running the point guard position, able to get some good looks, not quite as rushed, sort of reading those gaps a little bit better, and Evan Walsh attacking the zone and getting a foul, and that'll send him to the line. Just 5.2 seconds left in this third quarter. Gets the first one to go, and that gets the lead to 10 points now.
Well, Dinamo Bucharest retook the lead in this third period. And for Bristol Flyers to respond will certainly give Coach Kapoulas something to be happy about. Here's Patru the other way. Oh, it's blocked by Walsh on the buzzer. Evan Walsh, he enjoyed that one. And all the fans enjoyed that one as well. And Bristol Flyers will take an 11-point lead to the benches at the end of the third quarter.
And that was a massive play from Evan Walsh. Seemed like a good look for the Dinamo Bucharest player, but Walsh, a rare block for him, swatting it out of the air, and he thoroughly enjoyed that.
You see it from the baseline. You don't often see Evan Walsh getting up there on the defensive end, and that's one that will definitely be going in the group chat after the game, won't it?
He'll be clipping that one out and sharing that around social media, that's for sure. Not known for his big shot blocking ability, but that'll be one for the books.
Well, we have reached the end of the third quarter. Flyers are leading Bucharest 60 points to 49. Don't forget, you can next see the Flyers in action on Sunday. Tickets are sold out for the visit of Caledonia Gladiators in the SLB Cup quarter-final. Sunday, January 19th. Tip-off is at 3 p.m. As I say, tickets are sold out, but you can watch the game for free live on DAZN, the new global home of Super League basketball. And then don't forget, the next game after that is the big one for Bristol Flyers. They take on Newcastle Eagles in the Super League Trophy final. It is at Arena Birmingham, the Utilita Arena. Tickets are on sale and coach packages are still available. The Flyers fan section lower tier is completely sold out. Just a few tickets are left for the upper tier. So if you're watching this game and you want to tune in to, if you want to be at the final, do get your tickets in the Flyers fan section before they sell out. Well, Gareth, that was a back and forth third quarter. I mean, Dinamo Bucharest, they knocked down a couple of threes. Roberts really caught fire for them. They retook the lead very briefly in that third quarter. And then credit to Bristol Flyers, they've been able to respond to that run very well and rebuild a double-digit lead of their own. Yeah, very much, Joe. That Dynamo came out well off of the break there and put a good run together. Bristol Flyers just getting the better of this zone now, so it looks like Dinamo Bucharest switching back to a man-to-man. Here's Alain Louis. Louis splits the defense, kicks it out. McCormack, extra pass. Kendall Lewis for three. Ball trickles in and out. And it's rebounded by Roberts. Patru finds Keith, back to Patru. Oyella comes up to set the screen. Here's Ankrum, able to draw the foul. It's going to be Dinamo Bucharest to put the ball in here from the sideline. Patru to inbound. Roberts, screen from Mariella. Three-pointer on the way for Ankrum, can't get it to go. And Kendall Lewis soars for the defensive rebound. Alain Louis splits the defense. It's poked loose by Bucharest, but into the hands of Owen McCormack. Sherfield thought about the three, finds Walsh, who drives baseline, kicks it out to McCormack, and it's going to be a travelling violation called against the Bristol Flyers.
Yeah, just their coach Kapoulis not particularly agreeing with the travel call. And that'll be Dinamo Bucharest will come away with it. Kuti checking back in, and Akram coming out of the game. Not been his night tonight. Joel, you mentioned his average 17 points, really struggling from behind the line. 0 for 4 in this game so far, 40% for the season, 0 for 5 actually.
It really has been Roberts carrying the offensive load for Bucharest tonight. Jimmy Taylor Jr. has just checked back into the game. We haven't seen him since the first quarter. Here he is setting the screen on Louis. Bucharest end up on the deck, and it's poked away by the Flyers, and they're out in numbers. Sherfield up at high, and it's fouled hard as he hits the deck, and that is a tough fall for Jared Sherfield to take. He is swiftly back to his feet, though. And that is a scary one to watch, Gareth. I mean, this would have been an incredible highlight play.
Go there, Roberts. You can kind of tell with his reaction. He's not, yeah. I don't think there's anything. Just when you're so athletic and you're above that, you just any sort of contact when you're flying through the air like that, you would know, Joel.
What are you trying to say? I'm quite athletic. Yeah, I was very much above the rim during my playing career, Gareth. We'll send Jared Sherfield to the line to shoot 2. 8 points, 3 assists and 2 rebounds so far tonight for him. And then Gareth, he's really a player for this Bristol Flyers team who is a microwave. I mean, we've seen him put up 36 points in a game. We've seen him have huge performances. Not as consistent as maybe most Flyers fans would like, but when he does have those huge games, he really is a force to stop.
He'll always get solid defense from Sherfield as well. Irrespective of his offense, he just brings so much in the defensive end, and said he has that potential to really kind of score big when he gets going, and he'll always chip in, but you just saw his confidence early in that first quarter, pulling up those threes in transition.
Shaquille O'Keefe no good on the layup. Walsh coming the other way. Sherfield, here he is for 3. Overcooks it from deep. Offensive rebound for the Flyers. McCormack dials it up from deep, and he knew that one was good. Oh, McCormack drains it from downtown.
Just stepped right into that, right into the pocket. In rhythm.
Kuti driving downhill, can't get the layup to go off the glass. Here's Louis. Finds Sherfield, inside to Kendall Lewis. Swings it to McCormack, it's poked loose by Shaq Keefe. Nice pass inside to Kendall Lewis with the two-handed hammer. And it's all high fives for Bristol Flyers. They have rebuilt the big lead that they had in the first half. And Kendall Lewis, he enjoyed that one, didn't he?
He did, and who I've been most impressed with, Joel, just in the last sort of maybe 6-7 minutes is Elaine Louis. He's controlling the play. I think he managed to really kind of overcome that zone for the Bristol Flyers. He's looking to get his teammates involved, and I really think he's beginning to run the show here, and that's just a lovely pass, a little no-look pass for Lewis to throw it down. And he really feels like, I mean, that's great signs for Bristol Flyers. He can keep him fit and healthy. He's going to be a real asset to this team going forward.
I mean, let's talk about Keely Johnson in the build-up to this game, and him playing the point guard position, and you almost have him at the starting point guard position. He is an out-and-out scorer. He can also, get his teammates involved, but he is more of a scoring type player. When you sub him out and bring in a Louis, or maybe move him to the combo, it really creates opportunities for the rest of the team, and we're seeing that, especially in that pick-and-roll situation.
Yeah, really good to have that flexibility and just that vision for Louis, able to see the gaps, knows exactly where he wants to get his players, running the show really, as you said. Keely Johnson with the ball in his hand, he's looking to attack, looking to be aggressive. Sometimes in that situation, Elaine Louis just bringing it back out, seeing what's available, and then making some good decisions. It's a really good spell from him.
Well, Bristol Flyers, they led by as many as 18 in the third quarter. Dinamo Bucharest led by as many as 1, but now the Flyers have rallied back and rebuilt this lead from the first half. Oh, nice move all the way to the basket as Mustafic gets it to go for two.
A bit of a breakdown there, Mustafic, way too easy. And Dinamo back to this 3-2 zone, which worked well in good spells for them. Let's see if Louis can break it down.
7 minutes to go in the fourth. Kendall Lewis fakes the three on the baseline. It's stolen away by Mustafic.
Good hands from Mustafic.
Getting it done on both ends of the court. Here's Grasu. Back to Mustafic. Ball inside to Taylor. Three-pointer on the way. Is short, but true with the offensive rebound, chasing down the miss. New 14 for Dinamo Bucharest. Mustafic, nice pass inside. And Taylor gets it to go and one. And he will go to the line for a three-point play.
Yeah, good consistency from Bucharest. Starting off with that offensive rebound, able to work it around. And then with the and one call, and Jared Sherfield has to take a break. Even Morse checking back in.
Well, it will send Jimmy Taylor Jr. to the line, the 6'10" centre out of the University of Alabama. He's averaging 10 points and 5 rebounds per game in the ENBL this season. Actually began his career with the Sioux Force Skyforce of the NBA G League. And has bounced around Europe and completes the bonus free throw. Here's Johnson, top to Louis. Walsh thought about the three, back top to Elaine Louis. Hines McCormack this time, he will dial up a three and he splashes it. And Ern McCormack is full of confidence in this fourth period. Pair of back-to-back threes.
And just put a bit of pressure on this 3-2 zone. Bucharest coach got a decision to make now. McCormack quite happy to spot up, knock those threes down.
Mustafic with the layup, he can't finish. Rebound by McCormack. There's Louis going downhill. Back to McCormack. McCormack another one for three, and McCormack drains it. 3 straight threes for Owen McCormack. He's a man on fire.
And that's just sucked the life out of the Bucharest team.
Here's Petru. Screen from Taylor. Petit down. Finds Petru for three. Can't get it to go. Another rebound for, yeah, you guessed it, Owen McCormack. Here's Louis Johnson. Hands back to McCormack. He thought about the three. And Louis goes downhill. Nice pass inside to Kendall Lewis. Able to get control of it in the end. Into a double team. Swings it. McCormack. Fans wanted him to shoot that one, didn't they?
You've got to shoot that, Joel, haven't you?
Yeah, surely you've got to shoot that one.
That 3 in a row. Open 3. And guess what? His reward is to come take a seat.
He will take a seat, but Owen McCormack, 3 straight threes for Bristol Flyers, has really blown this game open in the fourth quarter. He's one of those players where you see how passionate he is as well, and he's one of those guys.
Okay.
When he catches fire like that, and he can knock down the three, he is a guy that you just know it's going in when it releases his hands.
Yeah, we've got a review here. I can't see what that was for. I think we were just talking about McCormack there, but there's an out-of-bounds call, I think, is the challenge.
So they're having a look at the out-of-bounds play on the far side opposite the Dinamo bench here.
Of course, with these little reviews, Joel, it effectively gives the teams an extra time out as well. Both coaches utilising the time to discuss things over with their teammate, with their players.
So they want to see who it last came off of here, and the officials called it towards Dinamo Bucharest. They're going to try and see if they can see it from a different angle, see who it last came off of. And try and go through this frame by frame. They've gone a bit too far there. They look at it from the closer angle here. And they're going to go for it frame by frame here.
Very hard to tell, I would say. Did number 11 get the last touch?
Oh, it looks like it could have been touched by Bucharest there.
I think so.
We'll look at it one more time here.
Just see what the decision is.
Oh, they've ended the review. They've had a look at it, and it's going to be Dinamo Bucharest ball. So, again, chance to look at that one, see who it last came off of. Here's Mustapik. Finds Kuti. Back to Mustapik. Out to Petru. Calling for the screen from Taylor. Taylor sets the ball screen. Rolling to the basket. Now here's Mustapik. Stomps on a dime. Pulls up for two. It's an air ball. It's rebounded by Damon Robinson. Robinson able to save it from going out of play. Sherfield. Got a mismatch here. And ends up throwing it straight into the hands of Mustapik. Petru now going downhill all the way to the basket. He blows the layup.
Bristol Flyers, plenty of time on their side now.
And they will wind this one down, try and take the air out of the game. Johnson looking to float it up to Kendall Lewis. Counter and one. Kendall Lewis and Keely Johnson. The alley-oop doesn't quite work, but he ended up with a three-point play out of it.
Yeah, they weren't quite on the same page with that one, but good result nonetheless. Lewis going up, grabbing it, and then getting contact.
All smiles for Bristol Flyers as Kendall Lewis is going to turn it into a three-point play here as Taylor Jr. heads to the bench. And Bristol Flyers, they have one ENBL game left in their Group B campaign. So in a couple of weeks' time, they travel out to Kayla Coolbet. And surely Gareth, they want to be ending their European ENBL Group B campaign on a high. Of course, if they come out with a win here in this one, the offensive foul called against Dinamo Bucharest. If they come out with a win here tonight for Bristol Flyers, it'll be 3 straight wins for Coach Kapoulis' side in Europe, all sparked by that double overtime game out in Czechia. A first home win as well it will be for Bristol Flyers in ENBL this season, and that certainly will send the home fans here at Wise Campus happy.
Yeah, it's been a good evening for basketball and an entertaining ENBL campaign.
Here's Keely Johnson. Ball screen is going to come from Robinson. Johnson splits the defense, now finds Walsh. Walsh looking to split the defense himself, and Evan Walsh high off the glass, can't get it to go. But there's Damon Robinson on clean-up duty. Poked loose by Kendall Lewis. Here's Kuti. Guarded by Walsh. Kuti going downhill, kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way. Ball bobbles in and out. Another rebound falls to Robinson. Johnson. Lewis on the wing. Backing down, back inside to Kendall Lewis. He fires up from the short corner. He can't get it to go. Here come Bucharest the other way. Mustapik. Mariella. Finds Kuti. Nice move. Oh, it's flushed home by Mariella in the end. And a broken up play results in a one-handed jam. 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And Bristol Flyers are closing in on a first European home win of the season. Oh, it's stolen away by Dinamo Bucharest, stolen back by Kendall Lewis, and it will be a Bristol Flyers ball here. And Gareth, with just under 2 minutes to go in this fourth quarter, I'm going to have to ask you to start thinking about your game MVP, and who have you got on your mind right now?
Well, looking through the stats, Kendall Lewis certainly is a name that sticks out. 14 points, 75% from 2 points. He's 66% from the three-point line, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, a couple of blocks. He's high up there. Sherfield, certainly worth consideration.
Has been a real team effort for Flyers tonight. 4 players in double figures.
I know McCormack as well, really sort of breaking the game open with that spell. So there's a couple of players certainly in contention for that MVP award.
It's going to be Kendall Lewis to inbound from the baseline. Walsh on the wing. It's going to be offensive foul called against the Flyers on Timon Robinson for a moving screen. And Mustapik will take a break for what will probably be the rest of this game. Bucharest comes into the game. Evan Walsh finishes his night off. 7 points, 6 rebounds to his name tonight. And a plus-minus of 24 out there as well. Minute and a half to go in the fourth quarter. Here's Roberts. Finds Hank Crump. Now inside to Maiello, who gets it to go off the glass. Lewis swings to Samuel. Screen comes from Robinson. Robinson now finds Landolfi. Samuels turns the corner. Poked out of bounds. And it will go back for a Dinamo Bucharest ball. Here's Roberts. Maiella, guarded by Robinson, backing down the big fella inside. Nowhere to go. Now Roberts up against Samuel, stomps on a dime, pulls up for a mid-range 2. And another rebound falls to Kendall Lewis. It's his 9th rebound of the game. He's 1 rebound shy of a double-double. Samuels finds Ekwe. Ekwe driving inside. Bucharest to the basket, high off the glass. Ball bobbles in and out. Did everything but fall through the net. And there's 10 seconds to go here. There's Grassu. It's going to be a foul on the floor from Kendall Lewis. As Corey Hill is going to check into the game. The Bristol Flyers youngster, just 17 years old. As Kendall Lewis commits the foul to allow Corey Hill to check into the game. Of course, the star player from the SGS Basketball Academy. And he will play the last 4 seconds.
And what a great experience for him to be out there playing European basketball just for 4 seconds.
And that will do it. Bristol Flyers, their first home win of the ENBL campaign. 76 points to 58 over Dinamo Bucharest. And they improve to a 3-4 record in Group B of the European North Basketball League.
A fantastic performance from Bristol Flyers. Dinamo Bucharest rallied back strong in that second and opening bit of the third quarter. Bristol Flyers weather the storm, able to bust that 3-2 zone sort of open, which caused them so many problems, getting Bucharest back in the game. But then that high tempo game, that good defense, able to lead to transition points, just got the flow back again.
Yeah, I was going to say, Flyers, they went out to the races in the game, and then Bucharest, they made that adjustment. They threw the 3-2 zone at Bristol Flyers. It's something that they may not have necessarily seen before this season, and Flyers adjusted well to that, and they once again got out in transition. And they came out on top. And what does that say about this team being able to react and adjust to those reactions and adjustments in game like that?
Yeah, I mean, thanks to personnel. I think Elaine Louis coming back on the on court and getting him some minutes, able to control that zone a little bit better, get a bit more control, and that really helped them to bust that zone. McCormack as well had some big shots, those three threes in a row, really sort of separating the two teams and forced to go back into sort of a man-to-man, and Bristol Flyers then in transition a bit more comfortable on a man-to-man offense.
And your player of the game tonight, are you sticking with Kendall Lewis?
I'm going to go with Kendall Lewis. You mentioned, Joel, he has good games in the NBL, and tonight's no exception. 33 minutes, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. It could have been tight. There were some really good performances. McCormack had a great spell. Evan Walsh, Keedy Johnson, of course, is always there or thereabouts. But tonight, I'm going to give it to Kendall Lewis.
Well, there he is, celebrating. He's got his family in the house tonight in Bristol. It's always when the family's in town that you have that little bit extra for your family when they're in the house, and he certainly has done that here tonight. He picks up the Flyers game MVP for 1 rebound shy of a double-double. Here's a look at some of the key plays from tonight's game, and as you say, the Flyers, they raced out to the blocks early in that first half. Dinamo Bucharest rallied back. They took a 1-point lead in the third quarter, and then the Bristol Flyers responded with a run of their own in the fourth. Owen McCormack really blew the game wide open in that fourth period, knocking down those 3 straight threes.
Yeah, exactly. Just gave the Bristol Flyers that bit of comfort and momentum they needed, just stepping into those threes. Bucharest playing that zone, and as the trailing big man just stepping into those shots, and then other players chipping in. Evan Walsh, they're able to get 3 of his own, and then with that big block as well, he'll be happy with that. But good all-round performance. They said Bristol Flyers weathered that storm and came in a bit of adversity and able to overcome that zone and then get a fairly comfortable victory in the end.
Well, 4 players finished in double figures for Bristol Flyers. Keedy Johnson and Kendall Lewis both with a team high 14 points. Kendall Lewis 1 rebound shy of the double-double with 9 boards in the game. Keedy Johnson finished with 6 assists for the Flyers. And then you look at Damon Robinson, who had 13 points and 6 rebounds. Owen McCormack with 10 points and 7 boards. It really could have been anyone for your game MVP tonight.
It was tough, and I mean, that's great for Coach Kapoulis as well, when you're not reliant on a single player and you get contributions from all your players. It just gives you that little bit of flexibility, and get any one player going on any given night can make a massive difference to this team. So, yeah, building up nicely for Coach Kapoulis, and obviously SLB Cup action and trophy action coming up soon, and a lot of league games to go, but yeah, good signs for the Flyers, and a good bit of form at the right time.
Well, it is the Flyers fans that go home happy as they get to see their team pick up a first European win of the season. 76 points to 58 over Romanian side Dinamo Bucharest. Well, that's going to do it for our coverage here on Flyers TV, powered by ATPI this evening. But don't forget, you can next see the Flyers in action on Sunday when the Caledonia Gladiators come to town. It is the SLB Cup quarter-final. Tip-off is at 3 p.m, and you can watch that game for free over on DAZN, the new global home of Super League basketball. And then don't forget, you can also see the Flyers in action at the SLB Trophy Final Sunday, January 26th in Arena Birmingham, Utilita Arena in Birmingham. Coach and travel packages are also available for that game, and tickets are selling fast in the Bristol Flyers fan section. So get your tickets now at superleaguebasketballm.co.uk. Well, that's going to do it tonight for our coverage here in Bristol. It is European delight for Bristol Flyers and Coach K as they pick up their first home win of the ENBL campaign. They improve to 3-4 in the Group B standings. For Gareth Till, I'm Joel Osborne saying so long, and we'll see you next time.
ENBL.